was being. And just a great example of her love for life, for people that was lost in that fire, is an example of her inviting BG here to share his pain. Because we're all clear that in order for us to heal, there must be some form of expression, embrace, and support for those individuals that have been hurt. You know, I thank Dorothy for giving me an opportunity to share these words. I personally was extremely angry when my nephew was murdered. But one of the things that I never did out of my anger for his murder was to attack any individual in their form of what they considered was either right or wrong with Oscar and the murder that happened to him on that platform. The very foundation of this nation is hemorrhaging on accountability.
Right.
We point to police agencies to be accountable for those officers that commit the murder in these streets. Just like we point to our elected officials to be responsible for those that lose their lives in a fire like they did. And that means that someone has to be held accountable, but also that we need to be more proactive. My sister here, Dorothy, who is a pillar in this society, who has stood with people that has been homeless, stood with the 99%, fed the 99%, expressed love for that 99%, and spoke in regards to hoping to help prevent another life being lost by a, I want to say, insane owner. Just like an insane police officer that kills more than once or twice in the community. We have a responsibility to maintain life in this city as a community, and not to attack an individual that is standing up to represent all of us in that respect. We must be clear that racial epithets will not be tolerated. We have to respect one another if we really want to represent Oakland as a diversified city. The only way that we were able to stand was because the community embraced us. They stood with us, they cried with us, they went back and forth with us, they prayed for us, but most importantly, they utilized the First Amendment right to speak to the very injustice of the murder of Oscar Grant. We have a responsibility to speak to any incident that takes life in the wrong way. This is not about evicting people. This is about saving life. And we cannot be condoned for our love of saving life. So for all those that have a tendency to disrespect a person that really was representing life should be ashamed of themselves. As a matter of fact, they should be sending an apology or letter. Because this, again, is not about an attack on a community that is in a warehouse to have them evicted. All of us are concerned about this gentrification that's happening in this community of Oakland. All of us are concerned about those that are being put out in the street, homeless. We must hold our elected officials accountable for the lives of the people in this community. And we cannot be complacent about that. And we cannot be so sensitive to where we respond in such a way that it actually creates greater divide. I am ashamed of those individuals. Matter of fact, I'm appalled at them individuals that would attack an individual that has been a pillar in this society. Let us remember what Oakland is about. Let us represent what Oakland is. And let us not further divide in this country by responding in such a way that creates that divide. We're all sensitive. Many things were said to me when my nephew Oscar was murdered that I did not like. But I did not allow that to take me to a zone that would have created a greater divide. It is important, and I'm speaking to the community of Oakland and the world, it is important that we be sensitive, that we be careful with our language and our choice of words when it comes to how we feel about what a person has done. Because in essence, our failure to do that will continue to put this nation's foundation at a state that we all don't want it to go.